and going to do some bird feeder maintenance here on Christmas Eve 2023. So join me. This might take about 15 minutes or so. So if you want to check it out, I'm just going to go about what I usually do when I do some bird feeder maintenance. So I'm going to start with the suet log because it takes the longest. Not sure if I can figure out how to reverse this. I guess I can't. Anyway, we'll keep going. Nobody's watching anyway. So you can see it there. Suet set up. I got my gloves up here. I have my box of suet cakes. So I'm gonna need 3 because I'm out. So I'm gonna need to order more. This is what I get. I get the Peanut Delight from CNS, the 8-pack value pack. Works pretty well. So I'll get these, and then I will go grab the log. I'm gonna grab the log, fill the log up. Then I'm gonna clean out the bird feeder, clean out the bird bath, and show you all how I do it. Watch. All right. So usually I have a little tub that I use to fill up the suet feeder. This thing here. And that way I catch all the excess suet that comes out, and then I just throw it in the grass, and the birds eat it. So right here at my workbench. Let's go grab the suet log and the cages because they are empty also. As you can see, walking out, there's Jack Skellington and Rudolph. They're out for the count until dark. And here we go. View. I'll do a clean out of this too here in just a few minutes. Kind of show you how gunky that fountain gets. But grab these, grab those. And the suet log, as you can see, they've been emptying that out about every 3 days, I think. So it's hard to hold all this. There we go. I'll get the phone put in a little tripod here in a second. This is exciting TV. Got 0 folks watching. That's okay. There we go. Now I can kind of show you how I go about doing this. So this is the suet log I made, and I drilled just enough holes so I get a whole block of this CNS Peanut Delight to cram down in there. I also have a pack of gloves here at my workbench, so I like to use these so my hands don't get all peanutty. I'll kind of show you how I go about doing this. It's pretty simple. All right, so usually what I do, and this is actually what I do every time, I just take this block and I'll break off a piece, shove it down in there, push it in, and pack it in with my thumbs, and just keep doing that until it's full, which just takes me about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so usually. Start with the big ones so I can break off pieces. The woodpeckers and the nuthatches, and it seems like this fall and early this winter, I've had a lot of birds that usually, or at least during the summer and last spring, were not eating the suet from the log. But this winter I've seen bluebirds, the finches, and the occasional cardinal over there eating from this. And then I think another visitor we've got new this winter that we didn't have last year is the hairy woodpecker. And there's a male and a female, both coming and eating from the suet log. They, I think they've been causing this to go down a lot also, because they're quite a bit bigger than the downy woodpeckers we usually have. You know, when I first put this out, that was about all that would eat out of this log was the downy woodpeckers. The red-bellied woodpeckers just seem to like to grab peanuts from the trays. They don't want to try to get on the log for some reason. I'm not sure why. They just like to crash land into the trays and take a peanut and go. Yeah, the hairy woodpeckers have been eating quite a bit, so I'm glad we've got those here visiting now. I'm not sure who's watching. And NatureNet, hello NatureNet, thanks for watching. I'm just doing a regular old clean out of the bird feeder, and thought I'd go live since it's Christmas Eve and get to spend some time with some of the folks that watch the live streams. Appreciate you all. But the nice thing about the live stream for me, it's not really work, because I was feeding the birds anyway, so all I had to do was get the camera set up, or 2 cameras I've got now, and that was pretty much all there is to it. I was doing this whether I was live streaming or not, so it's just kind of something fun to do and try, and it actually has worked out pretty well. So now you can see I've got all these crumbs. That's why I like to use the little catch basin here and I'll just keep packing this stuff in there. And even these little holes, I think they get these little holes first usually. They clean them out. So after I get this packed full, I'll go and we'll hang these up, and then I'll clean out the platform, which I basically just use a little broom and a dustpan. Get all the old, basically all that's left up there are seed husks at this point. There might be some seed still in there, but I'll throw that on the ground and the squirrels will clean it up for me, and also the other birds that like to eat off the ground, cardinals and such. So there we go. Ready to go. So I'll go ahead and refill the cages too. They were empty. Once the log gets empty, they go straight to the cages and empty those. So a lot of times I just like to let them empty it. Let them empty everything before I put new out there. That way I don't have to worry about the suet going bad. Even though this is supposedly the kind that doesn't go bad. But anyway, all right. Let's see if I can do this. I'll try to grab the phone now. Maybe. I'm getting peanuts all over everything. There we go. There. Now we got it. All right, so let's roll back over here. I'll hang these up, and we'll do a clean out. And as you can see, there's the feeder platform. Here's my squirrel baffles. Everybody wonders how I keep the squirrels out. That's how. All right. So, in the when I'm replacing these things, I'll move the bottom one to the top, and they like the top one better for some reason. But since they were both out, there we go. And this platform is about 5.5 feet off the ground, so it's kind of hard for me to reach sometimes. There we go. Okay, let's go get the broom and the dustpan. I'll also grab the tripod. As you can see, I've got the camera on this 2x4. I'll see if I can attach the tripod here so we can watch this. Just trying out a new thing here. Here's my little tripod. As you can see, it just has a little screw mechanism, and then a thing that holds my phone on the other end. So let's go hook this up, and I'll grab the broom and the dustpan. Get that cleaned out. Broom in my dustpan. So I'll clean out all the seed. I'll put some new seed in. Then I'll clean out the bird bath. The bird bath's pretty interesting. You can see how they get pretty nasty pretty quick. So I try to clean it out basically every day in the summer. And in the winter, like now, clean it out every other day. Basically have to because of the seed husks. So let's see if I can get this phone mounted. Kind of see what I'm doing here. You can't hardly see me. See if I can get this. I'm just trying to get the phone mounted so you all can watch this clean out. There we go. How's that? That's pretty good. All right. So you can see here, I'm gonna go grab. I'll be okay. I'm gonna go grab some of my gloves again, and that way I can clean all this out without any issue. I'll be right back. Okay. There you are. We got my gloves. This is the mealworm feeder. Getting it cleaned out. It's pretty much empty. Fill that back up. We've got there's the other platform feeder. It's full. Kind of give you an idea of the platform feeder. This is the one that hangs. It's kind of a pain sometimes to get unhooked and cleaned out. But I don't do this. I'll do it after it rains. We had a heavy rain Monday. As you can see, it's kind of caked in there. You can see that caked in. But so I'll get all that scraped out and put fresh in. The squirrels will clean this up. And all right. So now I'll just basically take my little brush. You can see right here. If you can see right here, This is where the suet feeder hangs. So I get this crust right here. It's like peanut suet slash um, seed hole things right there. So I got to scrape that up. You hear a bunch of notifications. That's my fantasy football. All the updates are coming out about who's injured and who's not. So that's what those are. This is mainly just husks. There's hardly any seed in here at all. Looks like there's a ton up here, but they go through it pretty good. I think a lot of people use the no mess bird seed, and I get that. I like to use the regular bird seed with the husk on it, because if I do that, the birds will actually sit here and eat instead of taking a seed and flying off with it. So that way you get more camera time with the birds. So that's why I do it. And I'm out here in the middle of the yard. I don't care if it gets messy out here or not. All right. Now, let's check out the fountain. There we go. There's a good. Hey everybody, looks like we got 3 people watching, so welcome. I'm just doing a clean out here of the bird fountain. I've already done the suet feeder. Kind of give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. I don't know why I took my glove off, but I did. You can kind of see all the stuff that gets caked onto the front of that fountain. And it's real messy. So I just kind of feed it like that. Now I can take it. Luckily my fountain unplugs from itself right here. So all I gotta do is unplug it, and I can take that and spray it off. But the bird bath itself gets pretty nasty just from seed holes. There's the heater. I don't know if you can see all the holes in there. I'll just do that. Use my glove hand and kind of wipe it out. It's not too bad for algae this time of year because it's not really warm enough. There we go. Clean this rock off. This rock gets a lot of gunk on it. All right. There. All right, that gives you an idea. Got my heater in there, and then I'm gonna take this. You see, kind of see how nasty it gets. We'll go and spray that out, and then I'll come back with some water and some food, and we'll be done. So let's go spray this thing out. So basically I've got a water hose just down the steps in the like my patio area where I can clean out stuff pretty quick. Sorry about that. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, maybe you can see, there we go, how gunky that gets. So I'm just going to take the water hose. This is my water bucket that I use to fill up the bird bath. So basically, this thing, if you can see that, just kind of pops off. That's it. Just spray it out. See, that's the inside of it. And then now that's clean. Let's just go right back together. I'll plug that in. It should give a nice flow of water. And where did it go? So now I'll just fill up the probably the way I've got the bird bath angled now, it holds a little more water. So I will, usually takes about 1.5 of these little coffee containers to fill up the bird bath. So the bird bath doesn't hold a lot of water. So, which is a good thing because I'm dumping it out basically every day or every other day. So we'll try and do this one-handed. Show you how I do it. Might be able to put this back up in the there we go. The sun is right in my eyes, so I can't tell if I've got a good view or not. Anyway, so I usually just fill this up. I'll put this in here. And plug it back in. There we go. I'll try to get it so it's not splashing. That way I'm not splashing out a bunch of water. But let me go. I'm gonna go get just a little more water. Well, that's pretty close. I might come and fill it up a little later tonight. I'll check it. But all right. So that's the bird bath clean out. So look, come with me. We'll get some worms and some seeds and peanuts, and we will fill up the platform. I'll go ahead and put the suet log back up. There we go. And you can see in my suet log, I've got it on a stick instead of hanging by a chain or a string, just because that keeps it from swaying in the wind. So that gives you an idea there. There's my rain guard that goes over my camera. I'm gonna have to make that a little larger because I'm still getting water on it when it rains. It actually hits the wood underneath, bounces up onto the lens. So I'm going to figure that out. So here's my feeding area. I guess you can see. There's my bucket. Here's my little feeding thing. Much seed, and I mix that. That's just peanuts and black oil sunflower seeds. So I'll use mealworms right there. I'll start off with a whole cup for them since I emptied it. That's all I do. So, all right, now just walk it back. I think you all have seen me do this probably 100 times. See I'm bouncing that. So I'll just do fill that to there. That's all. That's it. Then I like to try and put it on this side a little bit. That way the alternative camera can get some views. It'll take about that much. And dump in there. And then I'll just keep adding to that as we go. But that's it. Spread that out a little bit. That's all there is to it. So for those that watched, thanks for watching. And it's nice and warm here in North Carolina today. I think it's supposed to be up in the mid 60s for a high. And tonight I think the low is supposed to be 40. So Merry Christmas for everybody that celebrates Merry Christmas. And happy holidays to everybody. And have a good New Year too. Thanks a lot. Take care.